Alright, hi, I'm KJ. Welcome back. In the last session, we talked about market sizing, how to understand the space you are building in. Now we move to the next critical step. Who else is already trying to solve the same problem? Because in Web3, just like in any startup environment, you're not just building in a vacuum. Let me share something from my own experience. During my first meetings with many of our portfolio founders, I always go through their pitch decks. And honestly, half of the time, there's no competitor slide at all. Sometimes the founder is gonna say, we're building something so innovative, there are no competitors. Well, I disagree. Even if you don't have a direct competitors, you absolutely have indirect ones. Tools, behaviors, or hacks that users are already relying on. And if I don't see any competitor research in your deck, I assume something even worse. You haven't studied the market seriously. Understanding your competition isn't about fear. It's about focus. It helps you define where you stand, what makes you different, and where your opportunity really lies. This is how we map the battlefield. So why does this matter? Because whether you are raising capital, recruiting top talents, or launching your product into the market, someone is going to ask you one simple question. How are you different from X? If you cannot answer that clearly, confidently, and concisely, you're not ready. And I don't mean just naming a competitor and saying, oh, we're better. I mean, really understanding what they have built, why users choose them, where their blind spots are, and where you fit in. Competitor mapping isn't just a slide in your deck. It's a thinking process that forces you to get real and your edge. Done right, it helps you avoid becoming a clone. No one needs another Web3 Discord. Stay laser focused on real user needs, not just copying features. And build a sharper story, one that gets you product roadmap, go-to-market strategy, and pitch. It shows investors that you have done your homework. It shows users that you understand their pain. And it shows your team what you are actually trying to win. So let's break it down. Because not all competitors look the same, especially in Web3. Now let's break competitors into three categories. Because in Web3, they don't all look the same. This space is layered, open, and constantly evolving. So if you only look for someone doing exactly what you're doing, you will miss the bigger picture. First of all, direct competitors. These are the obvious ones. Projects solving the same problem in more or less the same way, targeting the same user base. For example, Uniswap versus PancakeSwap. Both are decentralized exchange built for everyday users who want to swap tokens without KYC or custody risk. In this case, you are likely fighting over the same users, the same liquidity, and attention in the same narrative space. You are being compared on features, UX, fees, token design, and brand. How to find them? First, search product directories like DebbRadar, DeFi Llama, or CryptoRank. Also, you can scan Twitter, Miro, and Farcaster for posts about similar tools. You can also look at who your potential users are following, tagging, or recommending. And please pay attention to folks or teams building with the same open source codebase. Direct competitors are the ones investors expect you to name, but they're not just one part of the landscape. Next, indirect competitors. These are the ones solving an adjacent problem or being used as a workaround by your target users. They weren't designed for your specific user base, but people are using them anyway because there's no better options yet. For example, DAO contributors using Google Spreadsheets to manage treasury distributions. Another one, NFT creators running mints through Telegram groups and Google Forms. Those are hacks. And your product is here to replace the hack with something built for purpose. Indirect competitors are often Web2 tools that still dominate behavior. Open source scripts shared in Discord, and Discord bots or Excel workflows your users have patched together. They are harder to spot, but super important, especially at MVP stage. You're not just paying attention to them, you risk overbuilding or solving the wrong pain. Also, there's a protocol level or ecosystem competitors. In Web3, your competitor isn't always another app. Sometimes it's an entire protocol, chain, or infrastructure layer. Here is a good example: Base versus Arbitrum versus Optimism. All layer 2s competing for builders, liquidity, and ecosystem activity. Another one, Filecoin versus Arweave versus Zero Gravity. All offering decentralized storage, but with different trade-offs around cost, performance, and speed. In these cases, the competition isn't about features, it's about ecosystem gravity. Which one offers better grants or incentives? Which one has a stronger developer experience? Where is the liquidity or tooling already concentrated? And here's the twist. These players may want you to build on their platform, but long-term, their roadmap might start to overlap with yours. So even if they are a partner today, you still need to know what they are actually building next. Mapping this type of competition helps you pick the right tech stack or chain to build on, spot strategic risks early, and understand where you can carve out defensible ground. So before you say, we don't have any competitors, ask yourself, who is doing this exact thing? Who is solving it in a roundabout? And who is offering the infrastructure underneath? If you answer these three honestly, you will have a much clearer sense of where you stand and what's yours to win.